Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel for Peacefully Wired. My name is Matt, aka Peacefully Wired. In this video, I wanted to talk about my theory and opinion that resilience is actually more important than confidence, and building resilience has a more profound effect on your life than building confidence, essentially, and why I think that. So, before I continue, please like and subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think of the content. If you're interested in one-on-one coaching with me, it is support@peacefullywired.com. Or if you'd like to learn about how to join our Peacefully Wired OCD community, our private community outside of social media, please let me know and I'll send you the link for that. So, resiliency versus confidence. So, one of the things, if you're working on your mental health and you're working with anybody, the objective of and the end result should be like if you're working with a therapist, psychologist, coach, whatever, your end result and your goal should be to become a more resilient human being. Okay? If you're dealing with mental health issues, OCD, anxiety, depression, PTSD, GAD, whatever you got, okay? Resiliency is what you should be looking to gain. And there's so much, in the space of mental health that is leaning people away from being resilient. The coddling tones, the certainty, okay, the confidence building. I've come up with a new phrase that I think is very it really describes the space of mental health, and it is that certainty gives the illusion of confidence. Okay, and I'll explain what I mean by that. But you have a lot of people working with OCD and just people in the mental health stratosphere, right, that are um, essentially doing a lot of reassurance to their clients, a lot of coddling, a lot of soft talking, talking down to people like they're children, essentially, right? And you get that a lot with people that are therapists, doctors, psychologists, psychiatrists, these people that have never suffered from these mental health issues, right? Never suffered from OCD, at least not on the chronic level. Probably never really dealt with severe anxiety or depression in their lives. And they're well intentioned and they want to help people. But essentially, the way that they talk to people and the way they talk about OCD and the way that they, interact with their clients is usually in a very, I know a lot. I read the books. I have the plaque. I have the letters after my name. You don't. And they talk to them in a way that's very condescending and not helpful. And it doesn't build resilience. And they think they're building confidence by reassuring them all the time. And it's not helping. It's not working. Okay. This is particularly important when we're looking at OCD recovery because you have to become a resilient individual if you want to recover from OCD. There's no other way to go around it. You have to be someone who is able to deal with life and all its challenges and all of the unfairness and all of the uncertainty and all the uncomfortable feelings that come with being a human being, right? Life is challenging. It's not, life is suffering, I think is the Buddhist. Hey, stop that. Sorry, my dog, he likes to scratch the carpet. He's trying to make sure that it's comfortable for him. But anyways, it's very distracting. Um, but there's a Buddhist quote, life is suffering. Life has suffering in it. And if you can't build the resilience to be able to understand that life has suffering in it, life has challenges, life is not bliss, OCD recovery is not bliss. I don't walk around with a smile on my face all of the time. I deal with the challenges of life like a normal person with a normal brain, probably better than a person with a normal brain because of all the things that I've learned through changing my beliefs and developing unconditional acceptance. That's where you want to be. You want to be a resilient person that can handle everything. A lot of the things I see in therapy are people that are just being reassured constantly, and then when real adversity strikes, they crumble. Okay, and I'll give you a perfect example of why when someone's working with you and they're trying to build your confidence through certainty, okay, it doesn't work. It's a house of cards that will crumble easily. I've had a person that started contacting me a couple of months after I started Peacefully Wired last year. And this person contacted me and they were saying, "Hey, I've seen your content about HOCD, and what you're saying doesn't coincide with what my therapist has told me. My therapist, this doctor, this doctor." I mean, they had a list of all these people that they worked with, or that they got all this data from. That was, and they were telling me like, "Look, this person says if I have HOCD, that means that I'm not gay." And that my thoughts are ego dystonic, they go against my values, and all the stuff that we hear. And I told this person, I said, "Look, unfortunately, your therapists, these people are reassuring you." And I said, "OCD doesn't care about your sexuality. It cares about your beliefs. You, person who's contacting me, have clearly not identified that. You don't have unconditional acceptance, and you haven't changed your beliefs about what being gay would mean to you. And you haven't brought that down to a level of acceptance by breaking it down scientifically on paper, not while it's happening. You're not disputing your thoughts, you're disputing your beliefs. There's a difference." And this person freaked out, which then created this timeline of going back and forth. And this person has continued to contact me. Why would my therapist and these people lie to me? And the thing is I never said that they were lying. I never said that by them telling you that HOCD means you're not gay, or telling you that your thoughts are ego dystonic, meant that they were lying to you, essentially. However, there are people that are gay that do not like the fact that they are gay, and they have a hard time accepting it. Okay, there are many people that will never come out of the closet, many people that will try to live straight lives. There are people in the religious space that use religion as a way to kind of pray their gay away, or use religion as a way of absolving them from living that lifestyle. Oh, well, it says it's wrong to be gay. It's a sin. Lust is a sin. I'm going to be celibate, right? All these people cannot accept that they're gay. Okay. And they will either go the rest of their lives that way, or they at some point will not want to live that way anymore, and will just admit to themselves that they're gay. But not everybody that's gay loves that they're gay. This idea that people figure out that they're gay, like have a big party and they celebrate it. It's not the case. I've seen many and read many things about people that figured out that they were gay, and they were devastated and they were depressed for long periods of time, right? And we can go to semantics. Well, hey, they like the thoughts. They like them. They get depressed because they know they're gay. Well, look, I know that there are straight men that can have fantasies about gay encounters and satisfy themselves to those things because it's taboo in nature. And they either started that habit as a young person, or it's just something that they do. It's not, they don't care what that might mean about them. They're not worried about it. Okay. But they can have gratifying fantasies about that kind of stuff. Right. There's straight men who have sex with other men and don't consider themselves necessarily to be gay. So that in effect would mean that those thoughts, that action it doesn't seem wrong to them. It doesn't give them anxiety. It's not, they don't dislike it. Okay, so when we're saying this to people, not me, because I don't tell my students this, but when people out there, therapists do tell their clients, "Hey, your thoughts are ego dystonic. If you were gay, you actually, you would like the thoughts." It's not true. It's absolutely not true. There are plenty of people that have figured out that they were gay and do not like the fact that they are gay. Okay, and so when I'm telling somebody this and they're crumbling because of that, and this person that I said, I'm going back to this person, they've continually contacted me. They'll contact me ever so often. "Hey, can you tell me why my therapist would lie to me?" It's like, I never told you that they lied to you. Essentially, I told you that they were reassuring you, because that's what it is. And they can't deal with this. I'm like, "Look, we should work together. I can actually help you overcome this fear that you have, this deep fear that you have about being gay. Whether you are or not, doesn't matter. OCD doesn't care about your sexuality. It cares about your beliefs." Right? Like, why would a person who's gay get depressed or anxious, or feel any kind of negative way towards being gay? Well, it's because of their beliefs about being gay, which is usually influenced by society, their family, social media, their own, what they're making up in their minds about it. And that's why. And it's the same thing with HOCD. And this person is basically manipulating me to a certain amount, um, trying to basically get me to reassure them so that I'll work with them. Usually the end of the email or the message is something like, I'll work with you if you could just answer this question, which is reassurance seeking. And I'm trying to tell this person, look, I can help you move away from that. All they can focus on is this fear that they have of being gay. And so this person believes that I've told them that all of their therapists are lying to them. And it's not what I'm saying. But if you don't have unconditional acceptance and you haven't been able to change your beliefs about what it is that you're afraid of, this is what happens. And so you've got all these people out there in the space who are using the ego dystonic phrase, term, whatever you want to call it, as a way to help their clients, and it doesn't help them, right? A person, if you have been watching my content, somebody put me on blast because of content I made, of a comment I made on one of their posts, and basically in that person's rebuttal to me in their content that they post, their post that they made about my comment, they said, why would someone put in the work and cut their compulsions if they didn't have this reassurance of their thoughts are being ego dystonic? And I didn't respond to this person, but I'll just tell you, like, I didn't need that. My coach didn't need it, and his coach didn't need to know that as a foundation to start doing the work. The reason why we did the work is because we wanted to stop that loop, that cycle of OCD, the thought, the feeling, the urge, the compulsion, feeling better, getting the certainty, and then keeping that going, right? Certainty, again, it gives an illusion of confidence. And this person's like, well, we're building up their confidence. You're not building up their confidence. This person might be an anecdotal evidence, but their law of averages and numbers say that can't be the only person. And look, I was another individual, ego dystonic, was told to me, hey, Matt, if you liked these thoughts, then that would mean that you were gay. But if you don't like them, then it means that you're not gay because they go against your values. It really gave me reassurance right away. And a great service that this therapist did do was in the next breath told me, you might still be gay. And I was like, oh. So again, I did the work, even though that therapist told me you still might be gay. I had I don't like the thoughts. That means I'm not gay. But then they were like, you could still be gay, which is absolutely true. I could still have been gay, right? And there are people out there, again, who have gay thoughts, have gay feelings, know they're gay, do not like it. So when we're building resiliency, the way to do that is to move towards uncertainty and to be comfortable with uncertainty. I live a life of uncertainty because life is uncertain, and I'm okay with that. I move towards uncomfortable feelings. I've accepted the 0.001% chance, the 10% chance, the 50% chance that I might enjoy an encounter with a member of the same sex. And because I've been able to accept that, not agree with it, I've been able to become free of that. And that's the purpose. That's what resilience is. Resilience is not needing to build a confidence is I know I can do this thing right, so now I can do it. Or I'm doing it over and over and over and over, and I'm good at it. Confidence can be broken. You hear people say it all the time. This broke my confidence. This hurt my confidence. If you have resilience, then you don't ever have the breaking of something. You just continue to do something, even though something falters that or something happens, and you take a step back or something like that, right? Or you maybe regress a little bit of something. Resilience means you keep doing it. The confidence never breaks, and you keep doing that thing until again you get back to that place that you were, or you keep doing it despite getting back to that place, just because that's life and you're engaging in life, right? If you need to have the certainty of something to start it or to follow through with it, well, that's not living life, right? Humans love certainty. They love it. And OCD sufferers, it's our drug of choice. We need it. We need it. We thrive on it. But if you don't need certainty to try anything, then you're living life, right? Someone that starts a business, how are they going to start a business if they need the certainty that that business is going to work out. There is no certainty that that's going to happen. All you can do is have the goal. I want to open this business, and I'm going to put my mind in opening that business. The same thing applies to recovery from OCD. I don't have a guarantee that I'm going to recover. When you're telling somebody, hey, your thoughts go against your values, OCD is ego dystonic, you are giving them certainty. And then there's no extra work that gets put in. You don't dive into developing unconditional self-life and other acceptance, and you don't dive into disputing and changing your beliefs, which doesn't lead to robust recovery, because most of your life is a compulsion if you have OCD on the chronic level, and most of your life is conditional. And if you just learn this idea that OCD is ego dystonic, okay, or that it goes against your values, and that gives you that reason to do that thing, you're not really putting in the work, in my opinion, under the way that really does push you towards robust recovery, which is the uncertainty of getting an end result, but doing the work anyway. That's just doing life anyways, regardless of an outcome. That's how you recover from OCD. That's how you build resiliency. It's not about confidence. It's about being resilient and being able to push through anything and do things without the contingency of it working out in the end. That's how you build resiliency. That's how you recover from OCD. So thanks guys for watching. I appreciate everybody that watches my content and comments. Please comment down below, like and subscribe. One-on-one coaching with me, support at peacefullywired.com. If you want to join our Peacefully Wired OCD community, let me know and I will shoot you the link, and I will see you in the next video.